Good morning, everyone. I'm here waiting for an iACT operation. I just came inside the MMDA base here, and they have one of the new body cameras, the ones that Grab donated to the MMDA. I think they donated 100 units, is that right? 100 units. So this is actually the first time that I've seen one in person, because I wasn't able to go to like the press conference thing when they released this. So it's lucky that we bumped into this. Let's take a little look. So as you know, a body camera is typically worn on the body itself, and you can either have it recording all the time or you can start and stop it as required. For example, if there's an accident or something like that. Now, I'm not sure what the brand is on this. Do you know what the brand of this is? Not sure? Okay. I'm not sure about the brand, but it looks pretty tough. I'm guessing these are infrared LEDs? Night vision. Night vision. And it actually has a screen on the back, which I haven't seen on other body cameras. Can we turn that on? Thank you. So you can see what it's recording, or alternatively, you could review recorded footage. So yeah, just a very quick clip, but I thought it's quite cool to actually see it in person. They donated 100 of these to the MMDA. So you can see everyone's just getting ready now. You have the HPG, you have the natural iACT employees. Over here, of course, you have General Gonzalez, and of course over here you can see Chairman Delgra from LTFRB. So this is something I haven't seen before. They're collecting cell phones and putting them in envelopes, and then you get them back after the operation. So we've just arrived at the first location. You can see the AFB are also with us today. So aside from checking the paperwork and making sure there's no flrearm vehicles, they're also doing roadworthiness checks. For example, do your headlights work, do your brake lights work, do your handbrake work, and everything like that. Right now this jeepney driver is unable to produce his CPC. If he can't produce that, I think the vehicle will be impounded. Right now they're pulling this bus in. Let's see how this goes. So right now they're just verifying all the documents, checking the driver's license and everything like that. Here they've stopped the van for verification. They might suspect it to be a flrearm. There's some basic questions they can ask. There's no problem, so they're allowed to go on their way. So they're issuing a ticket to this vehicle now. There's no plate on the front or the back, and they said the last registration was 2016. So LTO are just writing out a ticket now. Right now the MMDA are issuing a ticket to this motorcycle because there is no headlight. There might be times when vehicles don't stop for MMDA or iACT or whatever agency, but when they see the guys here from AFP, they're pretty much guaranteed to stop. So they just told me now the driver for this one has vanished. The only person left on board is the conductor. So they're actually going to be impounding this because the driver's disappeared. Right now they're issuing a ticket to this jeepney for pulled tires. Even the spare tire is pulled if you look at it here. So they're just issuing a ticket for that now. And here's another one they stopped. Same reason, the tires are in very bad condition. Not just the spare, but also the ones on the vehicle. You look here, you can see it's completely slick. There are actually cracks in this. I think this is one that's been I don't know what the word is, but where they get new rubber and then they put it on top of an old tire. I think that's what this is. Aside from the tire issues, they also want to check other things like, do the headlights work, do the brake lights work. It's a very common complaint that jeepneys drive around with no lights at night, and it can be very dangerous. So one thing they just pointed out is that the bonnet here isn't secured, the hood. There's no working signal lights, and there doesn't seem to be working brake lights at the back. The driver just said the reason why the lights don't work is that his alternator's broken. For this vehicle here, they're issuing a ticket because the passenger wasn't wearing a seatbelt. And right now they're issuing a ticket to this one for a dress code. The driver's wearing slippers and no uniform. And the HPG have just pointed out that the tyre is also partially bored, so probably LTO will want to look at this. Right now they're looking at this taxi here. They're worried about the condition of the tyres. There are cracks in this and it's quite worn down. The one at the back is worse. I don't know how well you can see on camera, but it's quite heavily worn down also. Everything else seems to be in order, so they're just issuing a ticket for the tires and then he can be on his way. And right now they've stopped this gentleman for unauthorized helmet. It's not a motorcycle helmet, or at least it's not an approved motorcycle helmet. Walang lisensya. And it looks like the motorcycle is going to be impounded because the driver said he doesn't have a license to show.
Gagayahin tayo, kayo naka-uniforme kayo, may mayor pa kayo. So how will the people respect us and follow? Hindi tayo nakikita po. Ang dami na namin nahuli, helmet lang. 5,000 po yun pag wala pang driver's license.
Impoundable po yan. Naiwan ko pero sa akin naman ko sir eh. Sir, sir, kasi talagang ano lang. Sa Sabado, lalo talagang trabaho lang, sir.
Okay lang
Takbo
trabaho,
lang ako
sir.
sa
Kaya
opisina
lang,
eh.
nag-iusip po natin.
Opo, sir. Pasensya lang ako. Hindi na ako
Alam
mahuli,
niyo
sir.
po yung batas. Nasa gobyerno po tayo.
Opo, sir.
And over here, they're issuing another ticket to a motorcycle rider for unauthorized helmet. He said he's a Gagawad and showed his ID, but they're still going to issue the ticket because it's unfair if they ticket some people and then let other people go without a ticket. So this is the helmet. It does have an ICC sticker, but it doesn't have a serial number on it, so I doubt its authenticity. And I was told it was bought in wreck though, so they just confiscated this MMDA sticker from this jeepney. Of course, it has no affiliation with MMDA, so they've taken it off. And you see here the AFP are telling this tricycle to pull over. Now, from what I understand, someone already tried to flag this tricycle down further along the road. That's when the AFP stepped in and, you know, reminded the driver that he has to pull over. And right now the MMDA are asking, why do you have a HPG sticker if you're not associated with the HPG? They're suggesting to the driver that he removes it. So what's the violation?
It's a tricycle ban here in EDSA.
They've stopped this bus here. Their concern is that they don't have a spare tyre. So if they have a puncture or a blowout, it's going to be an issue. Here they stopped a motorcycle. The back rider doesn't have a helmet. And this is EDSA. Can you imagine driving on EDSA without a helmet? The driver's handed over his license, so they'll just issue the ticket and then he can be on his way. But his passenger will have to go down unless he can find a helmet. Apart from the plate being worn out, this jeepney is quite a good example of a well-kept jeepney. The headlights are in good condition, they're working, the indicator lights are working, the tyres have really good tread on them. The driver is wearing reasonable clothing and he's wearing shoes. He's produced all his documents, driver's license, even the insurance, franchise, everything. So a good example of how a jeepney should be. So further along the road they've stopped this van. What's the violation?
Defective brake lights, sir.
Defective brake lights, thank you. So we're now at the Coast Guard premises and they're going to give a demonstration of some of the training that they have here.
Good afternoon everyone, I am Seaman First Class Millionaire, Harold Millionaire, Philippine Coast Guard. I will introduce the Japan arresting technique style. So this technique is called Shiatsu technique, the wrist to turn. Then may kasamang pagposas, take down din posas. Attacker, usually kapag may mga kriminal na umaatake sa ating bigla at may dalang panaksak, ang usually na ginagamit nila ay yung ganyang stuff. So, una nyo lang gawin is side step, then break the balance of the enemy, then take down, then after take down, you roll, pagka-roll, i-release yung kamay para bitawan yung weapon. Then, kami as a law enforcer, hindi namin siya pinapatay. So, we have handcuff. After handcuff, take handcuff, yung cuff. So, cuff, then check yung loob ng buhanga, baka may mga various weapon pa siya. Then after side, another side, then after side, so, arrest na siya. Okay.
Ayan, tinatawa na. Buwanti talaga. Sinuloya.
Flip, then check, body search, yan.
Parang yun yata yung pinakamagandang parte, no?
Sino ba dito sa mga Indians sa... Sino ba dito sa mga Indians?
Pwede sa dami dito.
Sino ba inaapi mo sa mga
Wala akong inaapi, sir.
Ikaw yung inaapi.
Makabawi siya.
Yes! Yes!
This naman is usually sa ating mga walang weapon, minsan ginagrab yung damit natin. Usually yan ang nakikita ko sa Facebook, inaano yung mga kasama nating mga MMDA, mga siga, kapag sinisita. So, simple lang. Ang gawin nyo is, kalmahin nyo lang siya. Rest nyo yung kamay. Pagka-rest ang kamay, i-tekton nyo naman ganyan. Simple as that. Then sa isa pang technique para sa babae, kapag sinabunutan sila, huwag kayong sumunod sa mukha, pwersa yun sa bunod. Sundan nyo lang yung pwersa ng kamay niya. Then, ganoon lang. Uppercut, then uppercut, hanggang mahilo yung halaban. Pag nahilo, then the enemy is yours.
So now some of the people from iACT will try shooting.
Ikaw pinakamatagal ha. Relax lang ha. Nakalak elbow, nakarelax pero hirap ng kaliwete. Yung kahoy yata yung target eh. Langgam. I-align ang red side from side to target. Mabuhay man yung langgam. Dahan-dahan lang nila.
You can see the iACT Mark came prepared. He already has his holster. Here you can see Chairman Delgar is about to fire his.